final thing that we looked at is, do you have enough donors cultivated? So donors want to know, am I the only one that's going to fund this? Or worse yet, are you going to fall short of your goal and come back to me and ask for more money, or have to abandon this? And probably everybody's heard the horror stories of a nonprofit that launched a campaign, they fell short, and then had to get all the money back. I mean, that's just like the worst possible thing that could happen, and that's why people pay $25, $35, sometimes even $50,000 for a feasibility study, so that they can find out whether or not they have enough donors cultivated. Well, I can tell you it's pretty easy to figure that out without paying $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for a feasibility study, because you should have taken that plan and talked to your donors ahead of time. Use planning as part of your cultivation process, and you'll know whether or not they're on board, and you'll have a really good idea of how much money they might be able and willing to donate toward that plan by how excited they get. So we ask the questions: if you have a plan, even if you don't have a plan, do you have enough donors cultivated to raise the amount of money that you need? And probably not surprising, 75% said no. We don't have enough cultivated donors. What might surprise you is that it was 77% of urban programs said that they didn't have enough cultivated donors, and 68% of rural. So why the difference? Our best guess is that there's less competition in the rural area. It's a smaller community. Cultivation happens because everybody knows everybody. Whereas in the urban areas, there's a lot more competition from other nonprofits. There's a lot less opportunity to cultivate those donors, and probably a lot less focus on that. But overall, this is a huge problem. We've got to figure out how we start cultivating people. And this could go all the way back to those initial challenges that I mentioned early on, which is we have a challenge with fundraising for domestic violence programs anyway, and most traditional training programs, like through the Association of AFP, American Association for Philanthropy and Fundraising, they teach traditional methods of fundraising. The Benavon model, if everybody's heard that ad, or raising more money as it used to be called, all encourage on-site tours and these kind of functional ways of doing things. Well, it's really important that we have a strategy around how we're cultivating folks, how we're moving them from in-kind to volunteerism to major giver. And that strategy is active and has a dedicated person doing it.